Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, Danielle Bezalel. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the podcast. If you love and support the work that we do, join my crew on Patreon to win amazing prizes like our adorable merch, exclusive behind-the-scenes content, private sessions with yours truly, and incredible sex toys. Go to patreon.com/sexedwithdb to join my crew. Get discounts at all of my favorite brands at sexedwithdb.com. And follow us on Instagram at sexedwithdbpodcast and on TikTok at sexedwithdb. If you want to partner with us, email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. I am so excited because next week, our new season is starting. Can you believe that? I feel like we've had really a great time. At least I have. I hope you have too, if you've been listening, doing these bonus episodes every week. They've been really wonderful to really just learn what people are curious about, what people are asking, what people are excited about when they kind of write into us. And this question today is all about nipples. What are 3 fun facts about nipples? The cool thing about nipples is most people have them. And it's kind of fun to be able to chat about something that gives some people pleasure. Some people, it's just part of their body. And some people don't. Folks who are breast cancer survivors who have that removed definitely want to acknowledge that not everyone does, but for those of us who do, they can be a pretty fun source of pleasure, and I want to share some facts about them. So, fact number 1: the average nipple height is the size of a ladybug. What the hell does that mean? So, if you kind of like put your pointer fingers like at your chest and kind of like point them out, kind of like erect nipples would look like. Think about a ladybug kind of like sitting on top of your finger where the shell was kind of like facing the same way as your pointer finger. So imagine basically if like a ladybug was sitting on your nip and that would be the average height, which is the size of a ladybug. Kind of fun. Let's see. Number 2, nipple hair is totally normal. I feel like growing up, especially for those of us who grew up as girls, we're very much conditioned to think about the fact that nipple hair is so gross and so weird and so bizarre. And the reality is that it's very normal and you should do whatever you want with it. If you're someone who wants to wax it or pluck it, or just leave it be, or bleach it. Like there are a million and one things you could do with your nipple hair, but I just want you to know that it's normal. And if you feel like you have too much hair there where you maybe shouldn't, if you are a person who has female anatomy, then you can definitely make an appointment with your doctor if you feel it's abnormal. But some hairs on the nipple and around the nipple are absolutely normal and very common. And I feel like that's just not talked about enough. So feel empowered about your nipple hair today, everybody. And number 3, there is such a thing as a nipple orgasm from nipple stimulation. And I think that, again, talk about like things that just are not talked about enough. It just kind of feels like that is never something that I learned when I was a young person. And a really fun thing, we recently did a trivia on the street series called Make Your Girl Come. I'm not sure if you all have seen that. We had a bonus episode about it in the past couple weeks. And the $100 question that we had for people was fill in the blank. According to a scientific study, stimulation of the blank activates the same pleasure hotspot in the brain as stimulation of the clitoris or the vagina. And if you couldn't guess by now, that blank is nipples. And so I think that's so interesting that we're not taught that the clitoris or the vagina and the nipples, really, when you look at the brain and what is activating that pleasure hotspot, they all do that. And so that makes sense to me why someone could have a nipple orgasm from that stimulation. Um, if you're someone who really enjoys nipple play and really likes that or has seen that in porn or has been thinking about it, highly recommend giving it a shot either by yourself and or with a partner. And I just encourage you all to really appreciate the nipple for what it is because we don't talk about it enough. That's all I got. Those are my 3 fun facts. The height of a ladybug, nipple hair is normal, and nipple-gasms exist. And so with that, I hope that you all have been enjoying these kind of in between the seasons, more sex ed episodes. I cannot wait for you to hear season 8, episode 1. We have a really, really amazing guest. I won't give anything away, but you're gonna want to tune in next Wednesday. Um, really enjoy the weekend. Really have fun, get some pleasure, have some sex with yourself or with a partner, or connect with yourself in another way, and just make it fun. Make it a good time. I know I definitely will. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning into these. I'm so grateful and can't wait for another wonderful podcast season ahead. And I hope you all tune in. Have a great weekend. Our creator, host, and executive producer is me, Danielle Bezalel, aka DB. Our co-producer and communications lead is Cathren Cohen. Our social media intern is Sarah Kelly. Our music theme is by Hook Sounds. Thank you so much to our featured guests, partners, and our listeners. Want to advertise with us? Email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. For more sex ed content, follow us on IG at sexedwithdbpodcast and on TikTok at sexedwithdb. See you next time.